I think the first thing to make clear is that no one in Ukraine is saying the kind of things that Donald Trump is saying about Ukrainian democracy. The US president seems to think that Volodymyr Zelensky has been using the war as an excuse to not hold elections. Even his staunchest foes in Ukraine do not accuse him of that. The opposition parties are calling for the formation of a unity government that would involve their members getting ministerial posts, but not holding elections, because Ukrainians feel that it's not possible to have the right security conditions for elections simply because of the risk of bombardment, but also that there are all sorts of political questions about it. In particular, what's to be done about people living in territories currently occupied by Russia? Ukraine considers them to be Ukrainian citizens. They ought to have the right to vote. How could that possibly be organized when Russia doesn't seem to want to consider them as Ukrainian citizens, and also when they don't have free access to information? Also, refugees, displaced persons, soldiers, how are all these people going to be able to vote? These are all questions that haven't gone away. I exchanged messages with a member of Volodymyr Zelensky's party, a member of parliament, who said that the security guarantees that they would be wanting to get from the Americans or the Europeans in order to hold elections would be closing the sky, perhaps building bunkers for the electoral commissions and polling booths to be in order for it to be safe. The political analyst Volodymyr Fesenko, he said that he didn't think elections could be held unless there was at the very least a ceasefire in terms of long-range strikes. That's not in place yet. So mainly in Ukraine, this statement by Volodymyr Zelensky is being interpreted more as a riposte to Donald Trump, a way of saying, okay, I'm happy to hold elections, but you help us with the security, a way of demonstrating that it's very hard to get the conditions together to hold elections, and demonstrating that he's not using the war as an excuse, but that the war really is an impediment to holding elections, that it's all these things rather than actually an intention to hold elections in the near future. With all that being said, though, there has been a renewal of political activity in Ukraine, a renewal of opposition figures behaving like opposition figures and like they are planning to be candidates in elections. So you get the feeling that political forces are preparing for elections to eventually be held one day, but no one seems to think that this recent statement from Volodymyr Zelensky means that they're suddenly much more imminent than they were the day before yesterday.